Must be 4 o'clock. It must be 4 o'clock. Hi, how you doing? My name's Todd, the Nostalgia Picker. First time using this microphone. I'm not sure if it's working, so I will find out directly, I suppose. But it's been a long time since I've done a live working show. When I first started selling on eBay back in 2016, I did a lot of these live working shows where I just talk and work and take pictures and stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun. And this morning I was watching some of my old videos and I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to do that again. So you must not be able to hear me because someone came and left. Check. Let me know if you can hear me. The next person that walks in. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, my name's Todd. I go by the Nostalgia Picker. I've been reselling on eBay since December 5th, 2016. I do this full time. This is my basement. This is where I work. And I'm just going to take pictures and work as people pop in and pop out. So hopefully this microphone is being picked up. If I can turn this up right here. That helps or not. This is green right here. Check. That might be too loud. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm working on right now is a model. It's from 1975. It's a Ford. Oops. Whoa, look out. I'm going to have to get used to having a microphone here. It's a plastic model kit from 1974. It's a Ford tri-motor. And actually, I already took the pictures of it before while I was watching one of my other friends, Peter Ray. He was live, and I thought, you know what? I need to go live too. So anyway, yeah, that's what I was working on. So I'll put this away, and then we'll pick up another toy or another thing to take pictures of, and we'll keep on going. How does that sound? If you can hear me, there's someone here and then they left. Darn it. I wanted someone to let me know if they can hear me or not, because that's pretty important. That way I can either end the stream and keep going or keep going. Hey, Junkie, what's up? I hope you can hear me. Check. If you're here, throw your hands in the air. All right. I've been grabbing a bunch of different stuff to. Reason being is I've got a total of about 400 vinyl records here, and I've been putting them up, but I don't want to inundate my eBay site with too many records all at one time. You know, I want to keep everything flowing. Gosh, I hope someone can hear me, or someone pops in and says they can hear me. That would be great. I wonder, you know what I could do? I could probably open it up on another channel, huh? Yeah, let's do that. Or I can just look it on my phone. Duh. Let's do that. 2 people here. Can you hear me? I can see the chat way over there. I'm going to go check it out, see if I can hear me. I apologize. It's like rookie mistakes here. It's been a long time. Long time. Let's check it out.
I have lots of monthly subscriptions.
Commercials? Jeez. You can hear me. Sweet. That's good. Does it sound like you can hear me through the microphone? Or does it sound like you can hear me through over there? Let's check it out. Oh, sounds like the microphone.
Lots of monthly subscriptions.
Commercials? Jeez. Yep, I think so. Right on. That works. Great. All right. So anyways, I got a whole bunch of vinyl records. Here, I'll just show you real quick. So you can see what we're working with here. And I'm trying to listen to them while I work on different stuff. Okay. Vinyl records. Stack of vinyl records. Yeah, so there's a lot of can't see this. Vinyl records. But like I said, I don't want to put too many up at one time. So mixing in a whole bunch of other different stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I picked this up at a garage sale a couple weekends ago. Guy's moving to Arizona. He's selling everything. And I thought it was pretty cool. I think I paid $2 for it. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt this down so you guys can see what I got going on here. I'm going to move this. This is the next thing I want to work on, which is video games, video game consoles. Yeah, stuff I haven't used in a long, long time. So like I said, I'm going to sprinkle a little of this, a little of that. Have a little conversation in the meantime. And Junk A, Miss Anessa can hear me. I appreciate you being here. How you been? What's a good word over there? Try to clean off my camera. What is the good word, Miss Anessa? We have been just preparing for back to school. That kind of fun stuff up here, just like I'm sure you are. There we go. You know, I probably should have. Yeah, things looking kind of rough. I better run it through the washing machine. I just remembered I didn't do that. And that wouldn't be right. So, throw that in the laundry room. And we'll switch gears. And we'll grab this Old Navy front pack. What would you call this thing? A front pack? A backpack? Something. Anyways, it's pretty cool. And I think I picked that up for like $1, maybe $1. Because I figured, geez, that's pretty cool. It's got to be more than $1, even if it's like $15. Easy to flip, easy to ship, easy to store, not breakable. Yeah, hits all the check marks for me, man. 3 people here, 2 thumbs up. Thanks for being here. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't think I would ever use this thing myself. It's been sitting there on the table for a while. I kept thinking, well, you know, I might use it. You never know. But I don't go anywhere. And when I do, you know, I've got my money in my pocket because that's the safest place for it. And what more do you need? That and a bunch of IKEA bags and you're good to go. This thing is just, I'd end up packing all kinds of junk in here that I don't need. And it's got a really skinny phone pocket, which is kind of funny. What kind of phone are you going to put in there? What do I need? I need a yardstick. Just going to measure this thing out. I have been putting measurements or putting a yardstick in either in my pictures or I will delete it, but at least I'll have the measurements. So when I go to list something, I have it there. Makes life so much easier. And sometimes, I'd say 80% of the time, I weigh stuff as well. I keep my very first scale right over there. And I load it up on there and take a picture of the scale. But I'm going to move this over here, like this. I can't see over there. So I'm over here if you can't see me. Just give me a sec. Let's call that 10 ounces. So we're going to call it 10 ounces. That's not good. Let me go with this. Wasn't thinking about it before I set this up. Actually, it's only 9 ounces, so take a picture of that. Now I've got it. Took a picture of it. It's not going anywhere. Then I will take a picture of something. Sometimes just a blank backdrop or my wall over there. Breaks up the pictures so I don't get... If I see too many things back to back to back to back, it kind of messes with me. So we'll go over here, put this in the backpack area, which is right here. And there you go. Backpack. All right, let's do this real quick. This is a case tractor manual. I sold this, or actually I sold a different one. And I accidentally sent the guy that one and this one. And I think it was probably the mom or the wife, maybe. Somebody sent it back to me. And I was like, right on, resell it. So we'll do that. But long since gotten rid of the pictures. This was a long time ago. and it's just been kind of sitting around. So we're going to open it up, knock out a few quick pictures of it, take a drink of water, check that chat. Yep. It's backpack season. I went to a garage sale. Was it last weekend? I don't know. I go to garage sales every weekend. I don't film anything. I just go and I buy it and I leave. Anywho, I picked up something cool here. Let me show you. I just left them in the box. Guy had a whole lawn full of these things. They're new at tags, messenger bags, digital camo print. The brand is East West, which is not the best, not the worst. It's got a price tag of $41.99, and I have them up there for like $29. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about those. I picked them up for $5 a piece. I bought $40 worth total. A couple fanny packs. So I got the blue and the black, and the tan and the brown or whatever. So that was kind of fun, you know. Excuse me. Let's check that chat. All right, and this is here. We got people here. 2 thumbs up. It's been a long time. I don't expect a lot of people to show up. I just figured, you know what, man? It's been so long, and I used to enjoy doing this so much, and I used to get so much accomplished during these shows because, you know, just talk and work. I mean, how hard is that, right? Versus just standing here and listening to my brain tell me whatever, or listening to music, which is what I do all the time. I thought, man, I'm just going to talk and let people know what I'm doing, how I'm doing, what is going on around here. And if anybody has any questions, maybe, you know, there's a lot of new people. This was from 1968. A lot of new people that have popped in, and I don't know everything about everything, but I've been doing this for 6 years now. So 6 years, I've learned something. Antiques and models and collectibles and clothes and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So if you're new and you're watching, you have any questions, ask. I might have an answer. It's a 50-50. All right. I think that's enough. Throw this over here in the... I keep all my manuals, my shop manuals, all my tractor manuals, all my that old stuff like that, all paper stuff. But generally it's John Deere, New Holland, Case, all that goes in my meat storage drawer from an old refrigerator. And I just buy stuff and I fill it up and then I sell it. And that's how I store that. All right, what's next? Oh, take a picture of the wall. There you go. Let's go ahead and grab some vinyl. Where are we at here? Okay, so this set of records here, I've already listened to, and they've got my okay. So that's what I try to do is listen. Or not try, I do. I listen to every single record while I'm taking pictures of other records, generally. Now I'm trying to change it up. But yeah, so that way when I list my stuff, I can honestly say, you know, what it is. Not just possibly what it could be. So let's go ahead and throw this up. I just listed one lot of 10 records. Dan Fogelberg from the 70s and 80s. And then the 10th record was actually Bruce Hornsby in the Range. You guys remember that? That's just the way it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing lots of records versus just single records. because if I do single records, I'll be here till like forever. So I'm going to grab a couple more records over here that are from the 50s. And this guy here, Bobby Vinton, he's from the 50s, 60s. This one's probably from the 70s, though. But it's got some of his old songs like Take Good Care of My Baby and all that. So I'm going to grab a couple more of those over here. Lot those up over there. Oh, one sec. So we'll lot these three up. This one is the best of the best of. It's got Paul Anka. It's like all 50s, 60s stuff. But they are going to go up. We've got 2 crates here full of, they're not full, but pretty full of vinyl. I bet you have 100 or more albums listed so far. I've kind of backed off on buying models. I was buying a lot of models there for a while, and they were selling, but the return on my investment just, wasn't what I wanted it to be. I mean, it was fast, but it just was like, and then there's other ones that just kind of sit. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I will go back and finish buying them, I'm sure. I just don't know exactly when. It's not, at one point it was high on my priority list. Right now, it's not even on the radar because I've been doing a lot of other buying, different places. So I'm back to the point of stop buying, get this stuff listed so we can get it flipped, which is kind of a crazy place to get to because it's not over yet. I mean, summer's still here, but I always tell myself there's always something to buy everywhere, all the time. Always. So I don't have to freak myself out of, oh no, I'm going to miss out on this one. Well, you might, but there'll be another one around the corner. So work on what you have, stack some cash, do your thing, right? Who's doing what out there today? Is everybody working? Is your day off? Are y'all resellers? Thinking about being a reseller? Okay, I'm going to flip these over to side one so they match. Like that. So now you can see why I've got these black pads here, right? Because when you have to lean over all the time, I didn't have them for a while and it was just wood. Man, it was kind of rough. Mercy. I just swallowed it wrong. Almost spit the water right back into this thing. That would have been funny and gross all at the same time. All right. There we go. Do you hate when that happens? I do. I gotta do something about this cord over here. I shouldn't do this. I'm gonna. Let's check that chat over there. You're listening, ordering backpacks, and whatnot. Good. Good. Well, I'm just over here jabbering away. Columbia House. How many of you guys remember Columbia House? Or better yet, how many of you sent in a penny and started getting CDs? Or I used to get cassettes. Yep, they'd send you like 10 cassettes once a month or something. You listen to them, and what you didn't want, you'd send back. You ended up with a whole bunch of things, and it was generally kids that got in on that. I know I did. All my friends did. Because, man, 10 CDs for a penny? You kidding me? Sweet, send them. I'm just trying not to get too crazy with the pictures. Because, yeah, there's sometimes where I get a little bit too crazy. This thing's actually kind of tore up. I'll put it up there as good. Still learning about the different grades. And that's why it's important for me to listen to them and compare them. Because generally, records that are pretty old are going to have different scratches and stuff, but some to a lesser degree. Check this one out. I thought that was cool. Pac-Man action from 1980. It's got a little booklet. It's pretty cool. All right. Let's grab you know what? Let's look at some video game stuff and see what we've got going on in there. It's just been sitting back there, gathering dust. Well, not really because it's in tote, but could be gathering dust. What do we got here? Now, I've got a Sega Genesis that is my own personal Sega Genesis that my daughter gave me for, I think it was Father's Day or my birthday. My daughter Paisley gave it to me, I don't know, years ago. She used to work at a GameStop or something. And so that is not this one. That one is put away. This is a whole different one. And it says Premiere Video on here. And Premiere Video was a video store that you could rent different stuff up here. So this was a previous rental. They branded their number on here and everything, but whatever. So we're going to go ahead and get that up. Let's see what other cables we have for this kind of stuff. Let's see what I have here before I start putting stuff up left and right. We got a Sega. We got here Need for Speed Underground. Need for Speed Carbon. Okay, well, these we're not getting rid of because those are a couple of my favorite games. Gun is not in there. Got some speaker wires, some cord, some HDMIs. What is here? Another RCA, another HDMI. DT racers. This was never a very good one. And I would imagine that if I look this up, it's probably still not very good. I mean, just in general. So let's double check. Give it a quick scan. $6.25 free shipping. I can get that, man. How do you make any money off of $5 or $6 free shipping? I don't get it. But we're gonna look at the people that did charge shipping and see if they actually sold something here. Okay, $6.25 free shipping. $6.25 free shipping. $4.84 free shipping. $4.99 plus shipping. Okay, so there's someone. Oh, but that's brand new. Here's brand new. Free shipping. Yeah, at that point, I'll just keep it. I'll keep it and play it, maybe or not. Yep. All right, let's see what else we have here. There's two different steering wheels, and the reason is, well, one I had one, then I found another one. Then it was cool to have two, so I could drive against somebody. But then there was no one to ever drive against, so I put everything back away. Yeah. So at one point, I had a cool setup. And I thought I would drive it and use it, but I thought, man, every time I sit down and try and start playing, I was like, man, I got things to do. It's a waste of my time. And I kept having that little voice inside my head saying, if you're not where you want to be, you have no right doing anything other than what you should be doing, which made sense to me. So I take my own fun out of my what I do. What's up, buddy? Let's see here. My hand never was in there because it was minor. I was watching Johnny's auction and Don. And we're selling a bunch of 45, 60, 70. Okay, I got you. You were a minor. You're watching Johnny. And... yeah. 45s. I mean, it's just like any other thing that we sell. There's some people that know what they're looking at when they look at it. And like, oh my gosh, that's a $300 record. And some are just $1. A lot of them are $1. A lot of them are 50 cents. So at a garage sale, when I buy a box, like that last box I bought, it was actually a tote. And I paid, what, $50 for the tote and a record player. Hold on real quick, guys. I hear somebody coming. Hi, how are you? Leggings. Oh, you going to the church thing? Yeah. Okay. Mom did all your laundry. It's all on done. Love you. All right. These are just loose games. Pedals, steering wheels. It's for PS2. So there's nothing really in there I want to mess with. I think there's a bowling game. And there's nothing in there. So, yeah, I'm not really even going to mess with this. That must be why it was all put away. Only thing in there really is the Sega, and I don't have a power source for this one. I'm not selling mine, so I guess I'm just going to put this away. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. Should we grab some more vinyl? Or should we go back in the other room? Let me do this. I can unplug this. Nah, I'll just grab some from right here. Up next is some antique eyeglasses. These are 12 karat gold. It says right there on the bridge. I'm positive that you can't see it, but trust me, it does. This came out of, okay, so last summer, let me back up. Last summer, I get a phone call, and I didn't recognize the number, so I didn't answer it. And so then the person called again. I'm like, oh, what the heck? So then I looked at it, and I was like, oh, okay. So I called him back, and ended up being, I went to the scratch sale the year before and left my information. And they had my number, kept it, and they remember what I did because I told them what I did. Like, we've got this house. This lady's in a nursing home. She's been, the house has been empty for like 4 years. The church owns it, blah, blah, blah. She's like 96. Whole story, right? It's like, all right, cool. Do you want to come buy a bunch of stuff? I was like, all right, cool. Let me go check it out. So I went and I loaded up a truck load of stuff for $1,000. Gave Late $1,000. Came home, sold the crap out of it over the last year, right? Made my money back in the first month and a half, 2 months max. And then the rest has just been all, whatever. So anyway, this beginning of this summer, same lady calls me back. And she says, well, here we are. The house is going to be demolished now. And is there anything else that you want to get? And I was like, I'm not sure. I'm willing to go look. So I went out there and I looked, and I bought a whole bunch more stuff. But I didn't go as crazy this time. I used my head. Last time I was using my emotions, and I was like, I need to pay this person a whole bunch of money. But what I found out was I gave them a fair price. They were happy with the money that I paid them. It was like $300, somewhere around there, for everything that I picked up this last go round. And that was a fair deal. But they sold the land for like $960,000. Holy buckets. It was, yeah. So I wasn't even worried about it. I was like, man, you got all good. Leave a little bit of meat on the bone so I can make some cash because it's my job. So anywho, I bought some stuff again. And they were like, well, there's this building back up there. It's an old barn. It was a milking barn, and because it was an old dairy farm, right? And there's these milk canisters or milk jugs or whatever. They're like this tall, or they're 24 inches tall, like 10 gallons. Do you want to buy any? I'm like, they were telling me about them last year. I'm like, I don't know, man. What am I going to do with them? So anyways, this year I decided to go back and buy them. And I bought 14 of these things, and they're in my garage. And they're awesome. I have one listed on eBay right now for 110 bucks. I paid $5 a piece, right? On eBay, they sell for 75 to 100, 150 bucks, depending on what you're looking at and who's buying them and that somebody wants it that day, right? Hey, Adam, I appreciate you stopping by, buddy. By and make sure you do get back to listing because that is key. So I'm sitting on 14 of those things sitting out. And while I was there, I was looking in this old shed, barn, whatever, and I'm looking around and there's a ton of nuts and bolts and tools and just stuff that I didn't really know I was looking at, but I knew it was old. So I started just picking it up and buying it, right? And I ended up buying buckets full of these nuts and bolts. Do I have any down here? Dun, dun, dun. Where did I put some nuts and bolts in here? Yeah. Okay, so I just listed these today. These are some antique square head bolts, or I'm sorry, nuts. And there's a bunch of different sizes. If you go to my eBay store, you'll see them there. But they're just big, old, thick, chunky, raw, antique bolts, nuts. And if you go check out solds on eBay, I mean, I wouldn't have purchased them had I not looked at the solds. Because, I mean, who the heck buys nuts and bolts with, you know, I would have never thought to. But I saw them, looked them up, saw an opportunity, and went ahead and bought them. Tons of them. But, yeah, I'm really digging all this old antique stuff. I just shipped off, was it yesterday, the day before yesterday, a set of, it was an antique ratchet set from 1914. If you go to my eBay store and look at my solds, you'll see this antique ratchet set by, what's it called? Unique. Anyways, 110 bucks. Woo! And that was cool, man. And that was something I pulled out of that store or that antique house. So there you go. I know I'm a rambler, but that's why I came live, is so I could ramble, I could work, and I could be some background noise for other people who do what we do. Because there's times where you just want some background noise. Somebody who's doing the same exact thing that you're doing, because they get it. They understand what this is. It's not a job. It's a lifestyle. It's what we do. It's what we do. And there's a million other things that we could be doing, right? There's a lot of other jobs out there, but man, I already had all those. I don't want to do that again. So, even though it's been bumpy this last few months, I know. I mean, I wish there were some more people here, but that's okay. Whoever the one that's here, you know, if you sell on eBay, it's been bumpy. Yes, indeed. We were down, and we are still down from last year, but we're back on the rise, so that's good. And it's because I stepped up my game. I've been working harder. So anytime everything goes south, I always attribute it to just, it's my fault. It's my fault. I should have been working harder because I know I can always work harder. I'm not going to lie to myself. But on the flip side, it's not always my fault, but I still have to take responsibility for myself. Boy, this thing's rough, but it's because it's old. I'm going to use one of these on the inside to get all the yuck out of it. 100 years old. So yeah, anyways, this house was like freaking 1900s or 1890s or something. And all the stuff in there was from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Nothing modern, that's for sure. I also have an accordion. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff. But some of this, I think I'm going to have to sell local. We do have a flea market not too far from here now. And we always have. I just never considered selling there. But I've got so much big stuff now like large blow molds that are like 60 inches tall. And, you know, when I see an opportunity, I buy the stuff. But sometimes I don't think, how am I going to ship this? Buying's the easy part, right? It's easy to back yourself right into a corner. Driving home with a freaking chair. I'm just joking. It's not quite that bad. All right, so I'm going to clean the front of my camera with my shirt and see how that looks. Because, yeah. I'm going to turn on my microphone a little bit. Check that out. Check. Low modes or miserable to ship. Yep. You haven't creeped on my store in a bit. Ha ha ha. Hey, go check it out. Go creep on my store. Go do it. Please do. See what you see. Here's some cool stuff. But not everything's a home run. As a matter of fact, speaking of not everything's a home run, so last night I sold one item. Oh man, that's bad. But then I sold another one a little bit ago, so that's still bad. But it's not bad. It's just whatever. Usually I'm shipping 5 minimum a day. It's 5 minimum on average, up to 10. But like when I have a day, that's 1. Okay. So I went to the post office and the lady looks at me. She's like, 1? And I go, I can't be awesome every day. She goes, well, I thought you said it didn't matter how many you sold. It was just because some of them are so good. And I was like, nah, there's peaks, there's valleys. It's good. There's bad. It's good. It sucks. It's great. It's awesome. It's terrible. It's everything. That's called doing your own thing. It's not always pretty. And that's okay. Keeps you trying harder, right? I think just like a lot of people when I first started, I was maybe disillusioned, thinking that, oh, this is going to be easy. Piece of cake. Because I've always had the mind state of if someone else can do it, then I can do that too, right? But yeah, well, I was looking back and 7 years have gone by and strange, very strange. I'm very happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been. And I mean, this last 7 years has been the happiest 7 years working anyways. Are you on eBay? I'm on eBay, Posh, McCart, Bonanza. Don't cross everything off platforms. Depends on what it is. Huh. No, I'm on eBay only. eBay only, which I know sounds crazy. Because if that ship goes down, well, it looks like we're sinking. Better have some cash stashed. But if that ship goes down, I think the world's probably has bigger problems at that point because I can't foresee something happening. But then again, you never know. It could be bought out by who knows who. Who doesn't know this from Shinola? I'm zooming in real close to this because it's hard to get a good picture of what the detail on this because it's so fine. It's hard to even see. Now, when I list these, I'm going to list these as frames only so that people realize that, you know, even though there's glass in them, that's not what they're buying. They're buying the frames. Yeah, these are cool, man. These are like old. How's it going? Sweet. They remind me of like Sent Me to See in Little House on the Prairie, if you ever watched that. All right, good enough. Put those where? In the smalls. I have this old drawer thing over here. I keep these in there. And inside there is everything I call smalls. I've got 3 of those little bins. 3 drawers full of smalls. Yep. All right, what's next? What's next? Let's grab some vinyl. What the heck? How about this one? You light up my life. Who remembers that? Anybody? I know what Nessa does. That's from a movie, I think. What movie? Was it called You Light Up My Life? I don't know. It says original soundtrack. There you go. Bam. Let's put that up there with something else, like another soundtrack of some sort, huh? Let me do that. Soundtracks. No. I'd set some aside. Okay, here's another one. Carousel. That's like a whole different thing. Where did I put those other ones? Oh, let's go over here and we'll look through these real quick. Robbie Music. No. Okay, so stuff like this, as crazy and obscure as it is, and I was looking at this one because it's right here. So I was listening to it. This kind of stuff, guys, keep your eyes open for it. I haven't looked this particular one up, but the ones that I think are going to be like forever around, they sell fast. This one is Czech Music, Tony Weber and his Happy Time Band. Happy Time Band. From the 70s, maybe even 60s. And it's a snare drum. Was that some kind of a trumpet and something? A accordion. Organ. Anyways, these kind of obscure things can bring big money. Don't know if this one will. Let's check it out. Take a look real quick. But I listened to it and I liked it. I've been listening to all kinds of crazy music I've never would have listened to had I not been doing this. Because, yeah. So anyways, when I go to garage sale, I'll buy a whole box of records. And I'm willing to pay $1 a piece just to find out what it's going to be worth. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't, but it only takes a handful or maybe even one out of the whole bunch to make it all worth your while. So it's a little bit of fun, but I need to find a way to expedite the process. And I think that's just going to come with time, learning what I'm looking at. And thank goodness for Google Lens, which is something I wish we would have had a long time ago. Okay, so this one's $11 on Amazon. So not bad. I mean, this was part of the deal that I bought 100 records and a record player. So the record player, they wanted $20 for it. So I picked up 100 records for $30, which makes them, let's double check, like 33 cents, possibly. $3? No, come on, Todd. Got 100 records divided by 33. Where'd I come up with 33? I'm losing it. I can't think. What the heck? My brain just completely went south. Well, anyways, $11.99 on Amazon. 100. Got 100 of these. Oh, it was $30. That's where 30 came from. Okay, so that's the phone. Holy bucks. That took forever. 3 cents. 3.33 cents. So, yeah, that's a good deal. Like it. Yeah, that's right. Soundtracks. Over here. Going in circles. Look for soundtracks. Porter Wagner, Singing Nun. John Denver. Bobby Vinton. This would have been good in the 50s. I want to find this one here. Stand By Him. Looks like a religious one. A lot of these old religious records do pretty well. Buck Owens, Glenn Campbell. A lot of stuff I've never heard of. A lot of stuff I have. And when you find some really cool ones. It makes it fun. Anne Marie. Those are all done. Check this out real quick. What is that? Little drummer boy. Oh, that's Christmas songs. Oh, how about that? The Living Constitution of the United States. Union Oil of California. Well, that's pretty cool. A timely and inspiring record, so it must come out in 1976. During the craze of what do you call it? Was it bicentennial? Yeah, that's right. Bicentennial. That was right. All right, I'm just going to quick scan these. See what we got going on here. Okay. $6.98, $7.99, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's check this one out. $9.99, $4.49. I think it would probably be a good idea to continue looking for the soundtracks. Hey, there's Violet. How about it? How you doing, baby? Dead Reynolds, Flying Nun. Okay, there's one. Check it out. Who remembers Linda Evans? Yeah. Best of Peter, Paul, and Mary. Aquarius, the Fifth Dimension. There you go. Christmas, Christmas. Put those all together. Bunch of kid records. Oh, look at that. A Marmaduke. That's kind of cool. Look this thing up. It's freaky scary. Let's look it up. Mickey Mouse. Maybe. Just maybe. What was that from? Does anybody know? Maybe. Just maybe. Okay, I should be setting these ones out that I see that it's saying like Anne Marie. I've seen like 3 of them so far. So I can just lock those things up. Let's do that. Okay. Those are Christmas, so we should do the Christmas. Kids ones, we should do the kid ones. Okay, set those out. The kid one. There's Anne Marie. Neil Sedaka. Okay, let's check these out. Okay, that's that. I could have sworn I saw the Deep Purple. Pretty hammered though. Looking pretty rough. Pretty rough. Jeez. It's extremely rough. Let's put it that way. What year is this thing from? Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Can't find a date. Deep Purple. Listen to it. Oh, 1972. Okay. Maybe that's why, because I wasn't born yet. Not cool. rock. Okay, so what do you got going on there? A couple of those. And Debbie Reynolds. What the heck? There you go. Lot. What the heck? I'm going to even throw in this Constitution one. Because I think I looked that up in the past, and based on the condition, it's not worth what it should be. This is just like the old days. I like it. Well, not exactly. Different setup, different, but the same. I'm going to turn this microphone up a little bit more to see what happens. Does that make a difference? Does that make a difference? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go back and listen to the whatever. Actually, I can probably do that now. And I looked up, we're at the 51-minute mark. I've been jabbering for 51 minutes. I should probably let you move on with your day. And I should get back to focusing and just start knocking out some things. I've only pictured like what? I don't know. I don't think I've accomplished a whole heck of a lot. I got to get back to it. I got to figure it out. So I think I'm going to tell Anessa, thanks for being here. The other people that popped in prior, I appreciate you being here. For the people that will watch this in the future, thanks for being here. And yeah, I guess we'll stop it. I'm going to get back to doing this. You get back to doing that. Nostalgia Picker, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.